I wanted to start off the show a little bit different because I'm hoping that we have some people tuning in today. I'm sorry, I'm just moving my tea over so I don't drop it. Um, I'm hoping that we have a lot of interaction today. So I wanted to open up the show with a question. And the question is, when I say the word soulmate, what comes to mind? Um, is it a person? Is it an angel in heaven? Is it a dog, a pet? Um, what comes to mind? So I'd love for you guys to chat in and just let me know. Maybe you feel like you're with your soulmate now, or maybe you feel like you are still in search of your soulmate. Um, just to answer that question that popped in, I'm having green tea. It's my favorite tea to drink. Yeah, it's just a green tea. Green tea, you can do matcha or green tea, but I just do green tea. Um, yeah, I did. So if you guys want to talk about my breakfast, I really quick, I did mushroom, like a mushroom creamer situation with collagen and lion's mane and mushroom and cacao and almond milk this morning with a piece of toast and a lot of butter. I love butter and an almond butter. I've been switching up my breakfast, but that was my breakfast today. This week, I've been doing papaya and avocado and a little bit of coffee. But today I felt like I just needed some bread. So, anyways, off topic. But if you guys want to know, you guys always know that um, I share what I do, what I eat, what I do for my skincare, everything. So I'm totally open. Um, but so I didn't catch that last question. Does everyone have a soulmate? Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So I wanted to ask that question to start off. What comes to mind when I say soulmate? And some of the things that I wrote down for myself, what comes to mind, what kind of words is someone that feels, or should say, just the words that come to mind are home, familiar, like this person feels familiar, cozy, comfortable, seen and heard, like I'm completely understood by this person, and I'm seen and I'm heard, and I'm loved unconditionally, and I'm able to be my full self with a soulmate. And so I feel like that leads me into saying that this is just my perspective. Um, I feel like it soulmates don't really have to be love relationships, although we think about soulmates. When we think about soulmates, we think love relationships, right? But I feel like it can be a good friend, a good mentor, somebody that I just said, like, that sees you and understands you. You don't really have to like perform or put on an act or anything. They just really want to know a deeper side of you. And so I feel like that's the beauty of having soul mates in your life, because I feel like you don't have to have just one person. Although, a love relationship would be amazing to find that one person that you can feel complete with, I guess. So that's kind of my take just to start off. But can we just put up the questions, Rebel? Because I did say I wanted it to be interactive. So um, can I pop those questions up again? I don't really think there's one person. There may be many as you go through life. Completely agree. Thank you for that question or that comment. Um, completely agree. I totally, I get that. And so I feel like I'll share a personal story along with that comment. So how I came up with the title, you guys, is last week I was talking to a girlfriend, and we were talking about boys. We were chatting about boys, and we were talking about uh, an ex situation that I had, and she said to me, "Aren't shouldn't you be writing a song about this, Jenna?" And I said to her, "Oh my gosh, that's a brilliant idea. That's brilliant. I always say that I need a muse to write lyrics and songs, but just because I'm not with somebody romantically right now currently, why can't I just use a past situation as my muse, sort of say. I'm trying to say." So she put this idea in my head that I should be writing a new song. And so we got off the phone and I got in the shower. And as soon as I got in the shower, sometimes when I get into water, I just have these downloads come through. So I got in the shower and I immediately heard the word soulmate. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's the name of this podcast, my next show. And so, you know how like you have something in your mind, right? Like, for example, you want to buy a red car. Um, And so all you can think about is your red car, right? So you go through life and you're thinking about this red car. And because that's the only thing on your mind, it's like you see all the red cars on the road. And so that's kind of how it's been with this word soulmate for like about a week. It's really interesting. That's all I've been thinking about is what I want to share with you guys, what I really want this show to bring, because I want it to bring some value to you and obviously share my wisdom and share what I've learned about love relationships and just relationships in general. So it's been top of mind, right? On my mind. So it's been an interesting week because I've been organically like these conversations just going through life wherever I'm doing life, right? These these conversations have just been organically coming to me kind of thing, right? um where I just have these conversations with these people and we end up talking about love relationships or their soulmate or something like that. So and I see the questions and I'm going to get to them. I'll just finish my personal story and then we'll make it all about you guys as much as I can for the rest of the show if you'd like. So I have it top of mind, right? And last Sunday, I I I I work out a lot, right? I do Pilates, I do yoga, and so Sunday I had something scheduled, but then they rescheduled, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'd love to get in for a massage. Um, and so I was trying to think of like where I can go for a massage, and I thought of this person that was recommended to me about a year ago, and I just never hit her up. And so I called her and we started talking. Of course, that conversation got into love and relationships. I never even met this person, but she's a massage therapist. And that conversation just organically got into this walk in Spain that I've heard two people meeting their husbands. It's called something Santiago. It's a walk, a particular walk in Spain, with the name Santiago in it. And I've heard two people share with me that they met their husband on this walk. So that was one thing. So to finish up, that Sunday, she could not massage me. Okay. She could not massage me. So we get off the phone, great conversation. And I thought, who else have I gotten a great massage from? And I remembered this girl that I got a massage from back in 2021. So this was an interesting thing that happened. So back in 2021, I went on a date, okay, you guys, and I was still freshly out of my divorce, okay? So still new to the dating scene, right? I'm completely naive to dating at this point, I feel. I really hadn't dated a lot, and I had been married for 10 years. So anyway, so I get set up with this guy We go to dinner, and he was an interesting person because he takes me to we meet at the restaurant, and he orders a drink, I order a drink, we order appetizers, and he literally takes out his phone and has questions. Like, it was almost like an interview. And I'm like, "Wow, this is how dating is? This is crazy," right? Like, so he literally takes out his phone and he's like, "Okay, Jenna, I have questions to ask you." And I'm like, "Okay, let's go," you know? Mind you, haven't dated, so put yourself in my shoes and how I was feeling, right? So he goes through these questions, you guys, and I'm answering them as honest as I can. You know, I don't know this guy really. It's my first date with him. It was it was kind of awkward, kind of wasn't. I was trying to feel out if I was even attracted to that. Like, I didn't even know honestly what I was attracted to at that point, to be honest. Like, if I'm completely honest, I had no idea what I was looking for. I just thought I better get back out there, right? It was time. So anyways, long story short, he asked me these questions. I answer them, and we get into conversation, and he asked me if I like massage, and I said I love massage. That's never going to change. And so he after the date, he asked me out on a second date. Very nice. Got home that night. He texted me and said he had a great time, and I thought, "Okay, well, I guess I passed the question game." And he said he had a great time. He bought me an in-home massage. He actually told me, I'm buying you and I'm treating you to an in-home massage with my massage therapist. I'm sending her to your house. Just pick the day and time. I'm paying for it. She already knows that, I'm paying for this. Just contact her, let her know that I referred you, yada yada. And I was like, "Wow, this is wonderful." So he buys me the massage, he asked me out on a second date, and I'm thinking, "Wow, okay." So I booked the massage, and I agree to go on the second date with him, and lo and behold, he ghosts me, okay? Never heard back from him. Um, Never followed up. I thought we were totally set on the second date. He bought me a massage. Like, I'm sure it wasn't like inexpensive to send a girl to my house. Um, but he ghosted me. I heard back from the girl that set us up about, I don't know, maybe a week and a half later, that he thought that he told her that he knew that I wasn't the one. So that was that. So, okay. I was okay with it. I got a great, beautiful massage. I met this person in the massage therapist. We actually had a connection, like, as far as like, it was just a great conversation, and she was great. So, long story short, I think of this girl last week, and I booked her. I had her come to my house to give me a massage. And she ends up telling me that this guy that ghosted me, right, is married and has all kinds of drama with his new wife. And so we get into conversation about romantic relationships and love relationships and soulmates. And I just thought to myself, wow, like, we really were not a match. We really weren't. And thank God I didn't go on a second date with him. Like, thank God. At the time, I was kind of like hurt a little, right? Like, I thought it went well. I wanted to go on the second date and he ghosted me. That was kind of like not cool, I guess. But now, years later, right? I was glad. I heard about his current relationship and how he attracted his soulmate, right? His soulmate, you guys. And so I feel like on that subject, it's always a vibrational match, right? It's always a vibrational match. We're going to be a vibrational match to a soulmate. And I feel like part of that match is going to teach us lessons and things about ourselves that we need to learn through that relationship. And sometimes soulmates come in to open us up to parts of ourselves, like I said, that we haven't seen yet. And we need to heal. We need to heal those parts of ourselves because that's the name of the game here in life. We come here to just master ourselves. So I'll get back to that, I think, at the end of our talk here, but I am gonna honor my word and I'm gonna make it all about all the questions now. Okay, so let's start with, I think Francis is the first question. That's the first one I see on the screen. Okay, I think there is a soulmate for everyone. It just may not be who you think it is supposed to be. For sure, absolutely. Absolutely, Francis. Thank you for that comment. I really thought that my ex-husband was my soulmate, like till death do us part. Like truly, I never, ever, ever thought that I would be apart from him. But now I know that, thank God for him, because he did help me open up my voice. You know, he reminded me how much I love to sing and my music. So yeah, I agree with that. Hillary, I thought I had found my soulmate, but there were so many flags after the years. I realized there was nothing soul in that mate. Oh, I'm sorry, Hillary. I feel like I should just say, ask yourself what you feel needed to learn or open up more from that relationship. Remember, you guys, it's always a mirror. It's always a mirror. No matter if it's a person or a place or a situation or just an energy, an emotion, an emotional thing that's happening in front of you. Everything is a mirror to what you're feeling inside and how you feel about yourself. So really ask those deeper questions. I really encourage that. Kamina, are you talking about the pilgrimage routes of Camino de Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Kamina. Have you been on that walk? I am talking about that. I've never been to Spain. I'd love to get there. A lot of people tell me that I would love the lifestyle and the way they have the siestas, and it's just a slower paced um, lifestyle. But yes, I am talking about that route. And I actually have a soulmate of a mentor that just got back from Spain last week. And she loved it. She says she felt one with nature and she felt so much love on that walk and how everybody supports each other. And so, yeah, that's the walk I'm talking about. Domina. Oh,
I missed some.
okay. I missed some. Rebel's telling me I missed some. Let me scroll up. Let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. Beth, at times you think you have met the soulmate, but then relationship issues get involved and things change, but then they change again. So with the ups and downs in relationships, how can we know? Yeah. Give me a second. I just want to tap in because, yeah, I understand that, Beth. I will be really, I'm going to share just more personal. So with my ex-husband, Beth, I couldn't let go. I really couldn't. And he couldn't either. I think we both fell so hard for each other that we had a hard time letting go. Even though we divorced in 2019, he hovered around literally until last year. And so I think I shared on a different show, I really opened up on a different show that I was dating somebody and I broke it off with that person to go back to my ex-husband because I needed to know if I should live out the rest of my life with this person, because I felt so deeply in love with him. And I'm going to answer your question through my story, hopefully. So with the ups and downs in relationships, how can we know? I feel like, Beth, you do know. You do know. We know. It's the humanness of us, like part of our mind that sometimes can't let go. But our heart and our gut, we know. And as sad as it is, and as hard as it is, if you don't feel fulfilled and like you're living your truth anymore, like you can't be honest with yourself, and you feel like something is missing, and you've gone to this person and you've talked to this person and you've tried all the things, because in my case, I'm an overstayer, you guys. I'm an overstayer. I will stay till the end. Like I feel like I've tried everything, even though I know in my gut and in my heart that it's done. There's something else better for me out there. And I feel like if you get honest with yourself, Beth, and honestly, I feel like even if you're asking this question, you might already know the answer. And I'm sorry to say that because I know how hard it is. It took me, 4 years after, okay, so I was with him for 14 years, married for 10, and then 4 years after that, it took me to really, really let go. And it was more because, I'll be honest, like my codependent side of me, it was more because I felt sorry for him at the end. Like I felt like, what's he gonna do without me? Like truly, like how's he gonna live? And I'm like, that's no fair for him. He's a grown man. He'll figure it out. Like I wasn't even thinking about myself in that moment. Like at the end, I was thinking more like, oh my God, I care for this person so much. How am I gonna let him be without me? Like I wasn't even thinking about myself. Like I wasn't even being like healthy, like selfishly, like in a healthy way. I wasn't being selfish. Like no, he doesn't bring to the table what I need anymore. And I love him as a human, and then my trust was broken with him, and I just couldn't get it back, and it was just too much. I just knew. So I hope that answers your question, Beth. And if you want more one-on-one time, jennalobos.com, book a session with me, book even a free, just we can talk for 15 minutes if you need more. Larry, I think they could exist. It would have to be two complete people coming together to be even more. I love that. Yes. Yes, please. That's what I'm asking for, Larry. Absolutely. Yes. I feel now, from where I stand now, I know and I've learned that you have to do the inner work to become whole. You have to know who you are, and that person has to know who they are. And then if you meet, that would be a beautiful thing. So thank you, Larry. I answered Francis's question. I spoke to Hillary's question. Domina, do they have any of these walks in the US? I don't think they do, Domina. I really don't. But check it out. I would Google the Camino de Santiago, and there's several routes that you can do. You don't have to do the full route, is what I'm hearing and learning. there are different walks that you can do. So it may be something that you'd like to travel to and explore and see. And then maybe Google, do they have something similar in the US? But as far as I know, I can't talk because I don't know. I don't know much on that. Ben, sounds like a good date for the most part. Yeah, it was. He was interesting. He was fun. I mean, he was fine. I feel like it could have been worse, for my first getting back out there. It could have been way worse, right? So I appreciate him. Jean, was the guy looking for a couples massage? I don't think so. No. I think he knew. Honestly, now that I know where he's at, who he ended up marrying, and how much drama he's experiencing with his new wife, I don't think I don't think I brought the drama, the enough drama to him. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't think there was enough um like intensity there for him. I think he was looking for more of an intense relationship because like we're talking about, he needs to heal some stuff through this relationship. So I don't think he was looking for a couples massage, but maybe that went through his mind. Who knows? Kelly, was that guy married when he went on the date with you? No, he wasn't. No, he just got married. He was definitely a bachelor for sure. He had bachelor vibes all the way around. Like the ghosting, come on. I mean, who does that? At like, he was older than me too, right? So who does that, you guys? Like, don't ghost. Just be honest. And that's the other thing I've learned. Like, just be honest. Like, just say, like, I don't, like, I don't think you're the one. Like, I'm dating other people. I'm still looking for that soulmate. I don't feel like you have all the qualities. Just be honest with the people that you're dating. Was the guy looking to marry when you went on the date? Like I said, I feel like looking back, he had total bachelor vibes. Like, I think at that time, if I'm honest, he was getting ready to be ready, because if he wasn't, he wouldn't have pulled out that notepad and been like, okay, answer all these questions. It was an interview, right? So I think that he was on that path to getting ready, right? But I mean, it took him, what, 4 years? That was 4 years ago to find his person. So yeah, but thank you. I love all the questions. Keep them coming in. I feel like, I think at the end of the day, um, I think a soulmate is definitely just a vibrational match. It really is. It could be a friend, a love partner, a dog. My little dog was my soulmate. I loved him. I feel like he was like an old soul and something that was a part of me. I feel like that's when right? It's like you feel this familiar energy with whoever. Have you guys ever like gone to been out somewhere and like have just felt this like pull to get to know somebody? I remember one time, I'll share another personal story. I was singing. I was a lead singer for this little band. It was a trio band. It was a couple. There was they weren't married, but they had been together for years, this boyfriend and girlfriend. And they invited me to be the lead singer in their band. And this was what, a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. And I accepted because at that point, I just really wanted to continue to hone in on my voice and explore like getting to experience being on stage live and all this stuff. So we practiced and then we got like little gigs here and there locally. And one time it was the 4th of July, and we had a gig at a private house in San Clemente. It was a beautiful house. It was overlooking the ocean, and it was 4th of July. And so we went, and it was 4th of July, right, you guys? So it was all like everybody was in a festive mood, and everybody was dressed up, and they set us up in like this little corner of like the back patio overlooking the ocean. And we were singing, right? We were playing music. And so I was the lead, so I was right in the front. And so people were like gathering around, they were dancing and woohoo, like they were like, woohooing us and singing along with the songs. And so as the singer right in the front, I noticed all the energy in the crowd. And there was this guy that walked in the party late, the house party. And he walked in, and I'm on stage, singing. And he walked in the house, and he took a seat like on this like beach chair or whatever that they had. And I immediately felt this like vibe from him. And it was like, whoa, like he was different. It was like a different vibe. Like I remember thinking like, oh, I'd like to get to know him. Like I'd like to talk to him, because he was just like, he was different than the crowd, right? He was like, he walked in, he was very confident and cool and collective. He sat on the beach chair and like, just like propped himself up and like, just was observing the music. He wasn't like overtaken by it or enamored by the music or, people get crazy, you guys, with music. It can like it can like stir up some emotions and like trigger people, good or bad or whatever. But people just, they let themselves go when live music is happening. And so this particular guy on this 4th of July about 2 years ago, he walked in and he just had this different vibe. And long story short, I never got to like talk to him. But since we're on this topic about soulmates and vibration and the feeling, I remember telling my mentor at the time, like, I've never had that. I've never felt that in my body. Like, again, I've been married, right, you guys? So I haven't been out in the dating world a lot. And so I remember telling my mentor, like, God, I felt something like from just his presence, walking in. And I think that I share that story just because if any of you are looking for a soulmate or still waiting or, just kind of like praying on it, then really pay attention to your body and how you feel around people and how they're different, or just kind of notice, just be open to different energies like coming into your orbit. And I always say, like, the next person that we're supposed to maybe have a romantic relationship with is always circling around. Like, they're always in the ethers. At least for me, I always feel like they're around. They're just kind of waiting till for the right time to drop in. And yeah, so I used to, like, when I first got divorced, that was like top of mind, right? Like, of course I had to grieve and everything, but I was like top of mind to um like, I need to find somebody right away. Like, oh, I need to find somebody, and feel this. At that time, I felt like I needed to feel that part of me. And now I've done so much inner work that I don't feel that anymore. I don't have that urgency, I guess, to like fill that part of me. Don't get me wrong. I would welcome someone healthy in my life. And I think that would be great now that I know myself more, and I definitely feel like I can offer somebody more now. Not that I didn't offer the people that I've been with anything. I've always been I'm someone that gives a lot in relationships, maybe an overgiver, like I think I mentioned. So now I feel like hopefully you guys will see if I've learned and I can balance out that overgiving side of me and really be present with somebody and really enjoy them, So I welcome my soulmate. I'll just put it out there for myself. So yeah, what else? What else? Let me see. Let me just check my notes here. Um, yeah, I just think that there's contracts, there's contracts with certain people that come in your life at certain times to teach you lessons and what you need to learn about yourself. And I think they come at the right time and at the right moment. Um, I do encourage always, like I've talked about through the whole show, inner work, um, healing the inner child, because lots of times your quote unquote soulmate will come in to heal those childhood wounds. So if you guys get a handle on that early, most of us don't, and that's okay. That's okay. Most of us aren't even aware that we have childhood wounds that we need to heal and look at. And so we automatically attract a soulmate or a person that's going to just be the mirror and show us all of these wounds that have just been laying dormant in order for us to look at ourselves, in order for us to heal. So as always, you guys, I encourage that inner child healing. Um, yeah, I think it's a biggie. I really do. Um, because ultimately, again, big picture, we're here to master ourselves and we learn through relationships, whether it be friends, romantic partners, mentors, teachers, parents. Those are biggies, right? They're here for life, and we pick them. In my opinion, we picked our parents before we landed here because we knew that they would bring us the lessons that we needed to learn about ourselves, and they're lifelong. And so family members, you guys, they will trigger us in a heartbeat. No matter how much work we do on ourselves. It's like, okay, go place yourself at the Thanksgiving day table at your parents' house or your family, and you're like, okay, all of my inner work went out the window today. I need to schedule another appointment with my mentor, my therapist, or let's go listen to a podcast. Let's get ourselves back in alignment with who we are and who we know we can be, type of thing. So clean up those inner wounds, those inner child wounds always. Um, and if you don't, that's okay too. I want to say, um, I do feel like there's always a lesson, right? I dated somebody. I've talked about him on the podcast last week. I cut it. I I cut ties with these two guys that I had been off and on with last October. And this last guy, he taught me a lot. He taught me so much, and he brought out more of my voice. So my point is that don't be afraid to make mistakes, I guess. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You can always start over. You can always start over. So have grace with yourselves, be loving and kind to yourselves. Even if you are in a relationship that you feel has ended, take your time if you need to, just go at your own pace, you guys. Listen to your heart, listen to your gut. Um, yeah, yeah. So, all right. If you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to read something that I feel is helpful for people that are looking for a soulmate. I'm talking romantic, and I'm going to read something. Okay. And this is from Dr. Sue Motor, and it's Mortor. So Dr. Sue it's Motor, but it's Mortor. This is from one of her books and one of her teachings that I've been studying for years. I've been embodying her work for years. I wholeheartedly believe in her work, and I pull from her work when I do one-on-one coaching. So I want to read this for anyone that is looking for or open to a romantic soulmate before we end the show. So it says, hope or have, you choose. When we are in the energy of hoping, we are not in the energy of having. Hope should be an optimism in the background, a given. And when we engage in the energy of accepting, receiving, and having, we become the vibrational match to that which we seek to experience. And she says, have that. So I wanted to share that because if any of you are hoping for a soulmate, maybe switch your context or your dialogue to having. Have it. Feel how it would feel in your body to have an amazing soulmate. You know, maybe when you're going to bed tonight, and you know that when you like you go in your bed and you're cozy and you're warm like a soulmate. You're cozy in your soulmate bed and you're getting ready to go into dreamland. You know, it's like that time between, you know, how your thoughts are, mine always race right before I go to bed. So maybe tonight you guys get cozy in your bed and just imagine having your dream soulmate, your person, you know, and how you wish to feel with this person. What comes to mind? Just feel it in your body and imagine whatever kind of scenario you have. I always picture Christmas. I always picture Christmas, and I'm laying on my couch with this person. I have the fireplace on, and the Christmas lights are on my Christmas tree, and we're watching a movie on the TV, and it's just cozy. You know, it's cozy. It's home. I always think of soulmate as a home, and just like I can be my full self with them, my silly self, my deep self, my fun self, my goofy self, my moody self, if I'm ever moody. But I just picture that scenario. So yeah, have what you have that, like Dr. Sue says. And I gave you some homework for tonight. Get cozy in your bed and dream up your soulmate, you guys. And I will say that I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the questions. I appreciate the engagement. I want to say that if you want to reach out to me, you can find me on Instagram. You can DM me with comments, questions, or things that you guys want to talk about for next show. It's just my name, Jenna Lobos. You can do one-on-one coaching with me. We can go deeper into inner work, maybe inner child work, whatever you need. You can find me at jennalobos.com. You can go on Spotify and you can hear all of my music. You can also there's tons of these replays that I've done over the years on Spotify. So if you guys want more of that, you can pick out a show that resonates with you. Yeah, so there's plenty of ways to connect with me and stay engaged. And I hope that you took something that is soulful to your soulful self. I hope that you got some good energy for your soulful self today from this show. And until next time, you guys, love your body and love your life. Take care. Bye.